Hello Virgo, welcome in. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. This tarot reading, psychic tarot reading, is specifically looking at the energies of July 2025 and even more specifically Virgo energies around July 2025. So let's see what divine messages of guidance come through for you. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. All right. Outcome and advice. Outcome and advice for my amazing Virgos out there. Are you staying cool? Are you enjoying your summer? Okay. Turn these cards over. Let's take a look here. So in the overall energy, we have the King of Cups in reverse, Ace of Swords, and Judgment reversed. Okay. Right away, the King of Cups in reverse feels like someone emotionally immature, someone who doesn't handle emotions well. At all. This is someone who's just can't handle emotions, doesn't know how, gets very overwhelmed. Yeah, I'm seeing two ways. This person's either very overwhelmed by emotions, just they shut down, or they're completely shut off from their emotions. Let's find out what it is, which it is. What does Virgo need to know about this King of Cups in reverse? Who is this King of Cups in reverse? Ooh. Four of Wands reverse, Six of Pentacles reverse, Ten of Pentacles reverse. Okay. This feels like someone, this has X written all over it. Someone who promised a happily ever after. It feels like while you're dating this person, getting to know them, they are yes and oh my gosh, Virgo, yes, oh, I am in complete agreement. That's what a relationship should be. That's what we're going to have. That kind of, and so you're like, oh my gosh, I've found my happily ever after. But with these cards, I'm seeing someone who leads you further and further into unhappiness. What's supposed to be celebration and joyful connection, instead this person sold you a bill of goods they never intended on following through on. They're emotionally immature. They just needed you to say yes and be in agreement and get to some type of celebration, some type of official moving in with you, engagement, marriage, and then they reveal who they really are and what relationship they really want. They give you, it feels like the more you follow this person into a connection, into a relationship, the more unhappy you get. The less this person returns any affection, care, financial support. This person just wants you, Virgo, but they don't want to put any work, any effort, any care, any time. They hoodwinked you. They bait and switch here. And so it feels like this relationship, you gave everything and got nothing in return. The longer you're in this connection, the more unhappy you are, the more exhausted you are, because you're trying to get back to that beginning when this person was pretending, saying that they were showing up as a version of themselves that you were like, yes, yes, this is wonderful. But that was a mirage. That was fiction, pretending, cosplaying as someone who could be your partner until they could get you in some type of commitment, living with them, whatever this is. And instead of a happiness, you're realizing, wow, it feels like you keep trying to get back to and trying to understand what happened here and how to fix this. But it is working. This relationship is what they wanted it to be. It's the Ace of Swords. So I just looked at the Ace of Swords. I'm like, what's the Ace of Swords about in the overall energy? The King of Cups in reverse with his back turned. So the truth about this immature person is coming out, being revealed. Okay. Some type of foundational truth. I don't feel like the King of Cups in reverse is happy about this, because this is someone who manipulates emotions. That's why he's showing up as King of Cups. Sure, this could be a water sign for you, but it feels like this person took advantage of your emotions. This is an emotionally manipulative person. They get you in your feelings and sell you a delusion, an illusion of who they are. Why is this coming up now? What does Virgo need to know about the truth about this King of Cups in reverse energy? Fool reversed, reckless, repeating cycles. This is a man child. I don't know what the woman child. This is someone, I'm seeing them as masculine just because they're showing up as the King of Cups, but I am not gendering this person. Okay, with that being said, yeah, this is someone emotionally immature. It looks like they took advantage of your unhealed emotions, like played with your emotions, toyed with your emotions. It looks like you might be someone, Virgo, who has a bit of limerence or fantasy in regards to romantic relationships. You might kind of get kind of caught up in a feeling. This feels like kind of a romanticized version of what relationships are. And when that feeling takes over, you don't want, you want that feeling, that elation, that being loved, being cared for. And this person kind of played off. It looks like you might go off into a bit of a limerence fantasy, projected this idealized version onto this person, ignored red flags. I am not saying I'm not talking about fault here or who's to blame. This is just me trying to give as much information as possible about what happened so you can be as informed as you want to be. So it looks like they took advantage of your emotions and idealizing, putting this person on a pedestal. Okay, what's Judgment reversed? It feels like this person, there's a lot of judgment around this person. This person is very judgmental, very critical. And stuck in that criticism, stuck in a very small way of being. They might be having financial difficulties. This person is very stuck. What can I say? They're stuck in a patterning. They're stuck by their judgment. Let me kind of tune in a little, see if I can get closer to what this message is. Oh, okay. This came up in a reading I just did as well. It's this person doesn't know how to work with judgment. Feels like they weaponize criticism, judgmental type of person. Definitely is what I'm tuned into. But what's interesting is they can't process, they can't have it. They can't have criticism. They can't be wrong because it hits a shame, unhealed shame wound. They can't be perceived as wrong because it's bad, and they can't get past that judgment of being a bad person. So if this person, the way their mental belief systems that I'm tuned into is that criticism comes in and this person can't have it because criticism means that they're bad, and that's it. Period. Judgment. There's no coming back from judgment. This person doesn't realize that judgment, criticism could be opening for healing, for understanding each other, for working through our emotions and our hurts and our wounds so we can evolve. This person just needs to be right, because if they're right and being seen as right, then they are good. This is like a childhood wound. This is definitely coming from their family of origin. And they just cling on to I'm right because the alternative is that they're wrong and they're bad, and they can't have that in their spirit. Yeah, so do you see what I'm tuned into? They can't have criticism. They need to be, it's like their soul feels wounded, traumatized if you hold them accountable. So they feel traumatized when, Virgo, if you held them accountable, held a clear mirror, a reflection of what they're behaving, communicated, how hurtful, they can't have that at all. That's why they're the King of Cups in reverse. There's an emotional woundedness that I don't know how many times I can say, they just can't have it. They can't. Yeah, there's just so much resistance, even if because it just means they're bad. They don't see that there's something past criticism, a mature path. Oh, Death card. Okay. So is this ending? For some, it feels like there's people around them, this person who cares about them, that they might be able to hear, that are saying, no, we're done with this type of behavior. you can't talk to this person in any real way, because you have to go into their false reality where they've done nothing wrong ever. They're in their ego, and to even communicate with this person, there's just like so many things that are off, so many topics that are off limits, so many discussions. This person is in this protective, I can't hear anything about me that's not positive. What I'm tuned in to hear is, it doesn't feel like I'm tuned into you, Virgo, orchestrating this. This person can't perceive you in any real way. You're not this person's medicine, but it feels like there might be an intervention type of feeling where they're trying to get this person they honestly care about. This feels like family or friends trying to get this person to get this that belief that's just like stopping their growth. If this person can have a beginner's mindset, then there is a potential here. Let me see. Yeah, they're not fighting. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm sus. I'm suspicious of this person and anything that they say that they're going to do. But there is a potential here for some type of shift, some type of someone, not you, Virgo, addressing this. I don't think this person, and that's why the Ace of Swords is coming out, some type of truth, foundational truth, that this person, this bird has blinders on, that this person just, until this, has refused. Let's see if we get this is interesting. This, I feel multi-generational energy coming through around this. This person, it feels like it's a family issue, belief system that I'm tuned into. That can't be perceived as anything other than good. No criticism allowed. Let me see if I can... So what came out is high honors reverse and prison reverse. I think this person's in a prison. They think that they are protecting their honor by being perfect, having perfect pictures. And instead, the perfect pictures are making them definitely emotionally inept, emotionally immature, manipulative. This person's reality is getting smaller and smaller because they can't have, the older they get, they can't have any type of feedback. And we all need feedback, right? If this person does wake up from this, then they let themselves out of their own prison. I think they believe that this is honorable to be perfect, but it's just makes them very, senile, detached from reality. All right, in the outcome and advice, we have the Six of Swords, Three of Cups again, and the King of Wands in reverse. The Three of Cups is the energy of this family, friends trying to have an intervention, trying to get this person to wake up. it looks like the tactics are correct, that this person needs to feel safe, feel loved, not be attacked, that you do this, they've just shut down, leave. They can't have that direct approach, even though it feels like this person is very comfortable being direct and cruel to others. That's part of their emotional immaturity. They feel entitled. All right, so in what's hidden, it feels like this friend group, family group. It's interesting. Yeah, they're wanting, they feel genuine. Whoever this is, they they really do care about this person. They're trying to get this person unstuck. That's beautiful. Very caring. It feels like they really genuinely want to help this person see a different way. And that's really beautiful, I have to say. There's also this high priestess energy here. It feels like you're not a part of this, honestly. I don't see that you are medicine for this energy, but it feels like you are either aware, or you might become aware if this person shifts. There'll be some type of God, a shift in the force. You'll feel it in the force. Oh, Star Wars. But yeah, I do feel for the Virgos that this person does make a shift, does change, that you will feel some internal shift. Letting go of having to protect yourself from this person, the vibration of immaturity and manipulation. Okay, what's the King of Wands in reverse? What does Virgo need to know about the King of Wands in reverse in what's hidden? Okay. Okay, let's see. It feels like this same person that we've been talking about in this reading, there's so much fear. They're not confident at all. Underneath, it feels like they have a false bravado, a false like sense of self, that they're terrified to make this change, to feel vulnerable. They've definitely taken advantage of other people, Virgo, and your vulnerabilities. And so this person is terrified of feeling their emotions, of feeling the clarity, feeling ooh, there's a lot to perceive, and they're afraid of being taken advantage of. They're afraid of once they let that they open up a dam to their emotions, they feel like they wouldn't be able to close it off, that it would be endless. If this person, it's hard for them to acknowledge the injustices that they have created for others, how they've juggled people, how they've manipulated, definitely you, that I'm seeing here, Virgo. For some of them, this is an opportunity for them to take the lead. Feels like there's someone calling them out. They are loving. Maybe this is like an adult child. Someone is taking them to task. It's very loving, but it feels like this person's very good at squirming out of responsibility and juggling, and it feels like whoever's stepping up is not letting them squirm out. It feels loving, but at the same time, the lies and deception don't work. There's also something, this person that that I've been discussing during this reading, feel there's a lack of stability here. That they're trying to hide. They think that they're very clever and that people can't see what's going on with them, but they're kind of like emperor's new clothes. They have such huge blind spots. And they think, if I can't see these blind spots, nobody can, but everybody can. Everybody can see what this person is afraid to acknowledge about themselves. They're not hiding anything from others. For some of you, I'm seeing that this person starts making moves, moving on, healing. I feel like you've moved on from this energy. You've healed from this. It's interesting that it's showing up, but it doesn't feel like you are part of the intervention type of energy. All right, in the outcome and advice, Virgo, this is July, huh? You know, Chariot came out. That's Cancer energy, July. There might be a lot of healing in July, a potential. Yeah. Well, let's see. All right, in the outcome and advice, we have Six of Wands, Justice, Queen of Cups, and Devil reversed. Virgo, it looks like the moment you leave this relationship, this person who can't mature, doesn't know how to grow past these wounds, that you have a glow up, very public. It looks like justice, you receive justice by becoming justice, fair in your thoughts, stay balanced, don't go down a rabbit hole, doom scrolling or stinking thinking. Don't follow a thought down to a place that makes you feel gross. There's something about staying balanced in your thoughts. And it also feels like you've been focusing on you, loving you, right where you are, just as you are. There's something you're also focusing on, not this person. With Devil reverse, it feels like you're free of this person, detached. You're receiving justice. Feels like your glow up is justice. Like you learned what you needed to learn from this person. You learned that you're not their medicine. You learned that when you have unhealed wounds, unhealed trauma, that people can take advantage of those wounds. I was also getting, Virgo, you might have limerence or fantasy when you go into a relationship. And you might project an idealized version onto the person instead of really connecting with them. That might come from your childhood, if you were neglected or abused by your parent or parents, but your soul couldn't have the fear, the terror, because you are dependent on your parents for survival. You are. And so if there's a lack of care for you, neglect, purposeful hurt or harm of you as well, then it's terrifying so you projected an idealized version of your parent onto them. They're wonderful. Feels like you weren't, maybe your parent, one of your parents at least, was a lot like this person. Can't have criticism. And so between the limerence and projecting onto this person a fantasy version of them, it feels like they took advantage of you idolizing, projecting, so they could hide behind what you're projecting onto them. Okay. Anything, last messages for Virgos for the month of July? It looks very successful. It looks like a lot of balance coming in. It feels like you feel safe to be yourself. The more detached you are from this energy, feels like you've got a head of steam, like some energy, some vitality. This feels very balanced. You're protected from this person. I think you're very guarded against them. Yeah, it looks like you are moving on. You've already moved on, focusing on you, creating justice. It feels like you've created justice by focusing on healing you. So, very interesting reading. Hope that was helpful, Virgo. Have an amazing July. Take care.